we have Nicky Skully sharing with you about her coming up workshop.
I guess Luminary pretty much said it like it is, everything we need to know. You are the change. Be the change you want to see in the world. And I would just add that the world outside is a reflection of what's in your hearts. Now, I know you've all been waiting a long time for the next speaker, so I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to be doing instead of what I would usually say. Tomorrow at 12:15, I'll be doing a workshop on intelligent evolution, evolution through shamanism, which is about how we can mutate to move forward to reach the dream of this new age. And it's a how-to and a do. And then tomorrow night at the campsite, I'll be doing some juicy magic called Making Spirit Medicine. We'll create a communal cauldron and make some magic tomorrow night at 8 o'clock in the campgrounds. So meanwhile, enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. This is a great festival.
Thank you, Nicky. So, we're going to take it up a notch by bringing it down a notch and bringing it back down to the earth, bringing it back down to our wisdom keepers, bringing it back down to our spiritual elders. And we're very happy and honored to have with us tonight an internationally known and respected author, spiritual teacher, and wisdom keeper at the highest level. So I'd like you all just to sit down, get comfortable for a minute, and get ready for some deep teachings. And we're very honored to have Don Miguel Ruiz. Put your hands together.
Family, you could do better than that. This is our keynote speaker. Yeah, Don Miguel Ruiz. We are very fortunate to have him.
Oh, wow. Please come closer. I almost ready. As soon as you're ready, I am ready. All my love to Colombia. Hello. Are we ready?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, December 22nd, 2012. And the world is still alive. Isn't that wonderful? I can say that this is the most wonderful day of my life. And not just that, I also can say that this is the most wonderful day of your life.
Yeah.
And the reason is very simple. We are alive.
Ow!
And always, every single day is the most wonderful day of our life. Whatever happened before is no longer true. It's just the past. And the past is just a point of reference of what we're doing right now. Then, of course, we have memories of wonderful things that happened in our life. And we also have memories of all those different tragedies that happened in our life. When that happened, that was true. But today is not true. It's no longer true. Today, we are exploring life once again. And it's always today. It's always right now. December 22nd, the first day of the new generation. We are the new generation. You know, every time that the calendar is over, every New Year's, we see they have the memory of the whole year. We see what we did right, what we did wrong, the greatest moment, the worst moment. And we don't want to do the same mistakes. Then the new year begins, and we want to change so many things. Now, with the end of the Mayan calendar, we can see in retrospective what we did for a few thousands of years. We can see that in humanity, there was greatest moments, great humans, a lot of moments of joy and happiness. But also there was a lot of tragedy too. Wonderful nightmares. There was slavery. All what we did in the past is over. Today, everything is new. What are we want to do for this new generation for the next thousands of years?
Perfect, thank you. I'm getting a 20%
What we want to do?
battery on this from
What we
the
want to
iPhone,
change?
iPod or whatever it is.
You know, yesterday
And I'm
I
getting
was
the
in
battery flashing
Teotihuacan,
on my
Mexico,
camera as well.
the place where human awaken becomes God. A very special day. Exactly at 5:11, I went to the Pyramid of the Sun with only 10 people, because only 10 we have the permit to be at that time in Teotihuacan. And we did a wonderful ceremony. In that ceremony, I asked the Creator to heal our beloved planet Earth, to heal everything that we did to the planet Earth, to heal the atmosphere, to heal the forests, to heal the oceans, to heal every single species who live in the planet Earth. But most of all, with all my heart and with all my love, I ask to heal humanity. Because humanity is sick. But we don't notice. But what is the sickness of humanity? Well, it's all the lies that we believe. Through all those lies, we create superstition. And then we become fanatic from all the superstitions that we are so attached. And because of that, we create all the violence, all the injustice. We create war because we become so fanatic from the superstitions that we create and that come from the lies that we believe. Then if we had the awareness that we, humanity, we are sick, well, the solution is simple. Is very easy. Because if we have the awareness, what is the disease, we also can have the awareness of what is the cure. In the human mind, there is a conflict. A big conflict that for a long time, for thousands of years, we believe that the conflict was between good and bad. Well, good and bad is just the result of the real conflict that exists in the human mind. Because the real conflict is between the truth and lies. If we believe in truth, we are good. If we believe in lies, we will be bad in so many different degrees. Depends how distorted is the lies that we believe. Because with that lies, like I say a little before, we create all those superstitions, and we really believe in all those superstitions. And we become fanatic, and we defend all those superstitions many times even with our own life. When we become so fanatics, we can kill or die for the superstitions that we have. We can see how clear is that. If you remember, 2,000 years ago, one of the greatest masters ever exist, he talked to his disciples, and so clearly he told them, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Well, it's the time to use the truth in order to heal ourselves. But since we are humans, we start looking for the truth and escaping. That becomes extremely difficult to describe what the truth is. Then so many people, many times, they ask me, okay, Miguel, then what is the truth? Looks so difficult, but it's not at all. It's extremely simple. It's very logical. At least there is two things that we can assure that is true. The first one is life. We all are alive. Then we don't need to prove that life exists. Life is the truth. And the other one is death. We all will die sooner or later, that we don't need to prove that death exists. The entire creation is nothing but that mixing between life and death. Just like your computer. Your computer is made with a binomial system, 1 and 0. And merging 1 and 0, you see all those great images in your computer. You hear all that sound, and you can know whatever is happening all around the world through your computer. And it's made only with 0 and 1. Is or is not. Then let's use our imagination. Imagine millions of computers. Well, billions of computers. All the computers are exactly the same. But when we put programs in that computer, every computer will be different than the rest of the computers. We humans, we are those computers.
Seems like this autofocus
We are
should come
programmed
auto and focus.
in a different way. That's why we all are so different than everybody else. But we believe that the programs that exist in that computer are true. And that computer is so smart that it believes that I am that computer. They don't understand that the computer is just matter. What's happened if you have your computer and somebody unplugged the computer? Everything just die, right? Well, it's made by electricity. By force is what gives life to that computer. Well, it's exactly the same with you. Life is using your physical body, is using your brain and create all those programs. But what happens if all of a sudden, life get out of your body. How many times we hear from many people, my computer just died, or my phone just died. Well, it's exactly the same thing. It's a dance between life and death. And the entire creation is made by life and death. Just imagine an atom with all those electrons around the atom. Well, everything that you can perceive is made by atoms. But atoms get together and create molecules, create tissues, organs, and all of a sudden, just see nature, see humanity, and you will find out that it's only made by atoms. Then life and death, that reminds me what I learned in my classes of physics. When the teachers say, well, matter only can be moved by a force. And if matter is in movement, only can be stopped by a force. But matter by itself cannot move. Well, that force that moves matter is life. And matter itself that can move without that force is death. Then if you use that logic, you will find out that your body is being dead since the moment of your conception. If the first cell divides and becomes millions of cells, it's because that force of life creates, through matter, a whole building that becomes your human body. But it's just this beautiful dance between life and death. This is something extraordinary when you have that awareness. Because when you have that awareness, everything starts shifting right away. You will find out that everything that you believe, the way you live your life, is just a story that you create. And you create a story with the influence of the society who was there when you was born. Because that society hooked your attention in down low into your brain, everything that you know. And it's a wonderful story. We humans are artists. We are always creating. Then all of us, we are artists, even if we don't have the awareness that we are artists. By the way, the word Toltec means artist. In any language that we speak, it's exactly the same. Toltec means artist. We all are artists. And the greatest art that we create, once again, is the story of our life. It's just like a movie where you're the producer, you are the director, and you are the main character of your own movie. Then, if you just see your life in this moment, you will see that it's the result of every experience that you have in your life. Every action has a reaction. In every movie, from every human, is just perfect, even if we don't have the awareness of that perfection. But anyway, if you don't like the story of your life, no one can change it but you. Only you can change the story of your life, and the reason is very simple. You create it. When we have that awareness, we can be responsible for the story of our life, because nobody else really is responsible for every decision that you make in your life. If you don't like the story, no one can change it but you. You are the only one who can change your story. Of course, it's so easy to say it, but to do it Is that really that easy? Well, we see the entire society, we see humanity, and we don't have this awareness. That's why the end of the Mayan calendar is so important. Well, it's just a calendar. We humans love to measure time. And that's why we create the calendar to measure time. We don't create a calendar to make prophecies. And especially prophecies that will say that everything will end. That reminds me of Y2K. Do you remember Y2K? Wow. Everybody was waiting for that day because they say the computers no longer will work. We will go back in time. Everything will go down in price, etc. Wow. Everybody was so scared. Many people start selling their homes, they start buying so many things that they don't need. The day arrives and nothing happened. Just like yesterday, the day arrived and nothing happened. But many of us, all around the world, many teachers, musicians, authors, artists, everyone, many of them, they want to take advantage of that deadline that was the 21st of December. Not because we believe something bad will happen. No, because we see an opportunity. An opportunity that get together all of us and make a big change. And that's exactly what I asked in Teotihuacan yesterday. Please heal humanity. We need it. We don't want superstition anymore. We don't want fanaticism. It's over. Let's go back to the truth. But let's begin with ourselves. Let's change the main character of our story. Yes, we can do it. If we change the main character of the story, all the secondary characters, including our parents, our brothers or sisters, our wife or husbands, or children, the way we perceive everything will start changing just like magic. And it's not that they change, it's that we change. That any change that we want to see in the whole humanity have to start with ourselves. Then today is the day one. For the rest of the next calendar, a little more thousands of years. Who cares if it's more or less? It doesn't matter. What is important is our change. You know, a little more than 2 years ago, October 9, 2010, I have a heart transplant. When I awake from the heart transplant, I had a very weird dream. Very weird. And I didn't know exactly the meaning until months later. In that dream, I was like in a couple of, like a table made by rocks, and I see a knife, a jade knife, who go into my chest, and I see a hand taking my heart out. A big offer. That was a little weird. I didn't know exactly what was the meaning. But months later, I was talking to my son, Don Jose, and I tell her that dream just like a joke. And he looked at me very seriously. By the way, Don Jose is the one who wrote the fifth agreement. And he said, "Do you know what that means, Father?" I say, "It's just a dream." They say, "No meaning." He said, "Well, at least for me, it means like what's happened in Mexico and Tenochtitlan and in the lands of the Mayans. They open the heart of someone, take the heart and offer it to the sun to keep the life in earth. And he looked at me very seriously and say, you was sacrificed. They take your heart out. And I look at him and say, well, I really don't believe that. They say, of course, but as a reward, they put you a new heart. And I was very lucky because that heart, it was only 20 years old. It was for a beautiful lady from Washington, the state of Washington. Thanks to her, I'm still here with all of you. Then when I awake, my girlfriend was beside me. And I tell her, you know what? From now on, I will go wherever life takes me. Anyway, 9 months later, when my doctor told me that finally I can fly, the first flight that I did was to the Riviera Maya, very close to here, to Tulum. And the reason I went there is to do a film with a great friend of mine, Mario Tun from the group of Camila. It's a big group in Mexico. Everybody knows Mario Tun, everybody knows Camila. Then we did a little video, and in that video, I played the grandfather. It was great. I never acted before, and I really had a lot of fun, even that it was just a few minutes. No, not even a minute maybe. But it was fun. But that was the first time that I traveled. Well, after that, for 18 months, I've been around the world traveling. I went to Japan, to Australia, to Canada like 6 or 7 times, to Mexico another 6, 7 times, all United States in different places. I went to Costa Rica, I went to Colombia twice, I went to Peru, and I just came back like a couple of weeks ago for a journey in Europe to 11 countries. And with the same message that I'm sharing with all of you right now. I was asking for help. I say, please help me to change the world. Woo! But I was not talking really about the planet Earth, not even the whole humanity. I was talking about the world that each one of us create. Our personal world, our personal story. Because if we can change our own story, and we can find that peace, and we can find that joy, and recover our happiness. Well, we are the first to have the benefit of that. But as soon as we do it, that benefit go first with our family, our beloved, our children. That is extremely important, because the children learn from us not what we say, but they learn from us what we do. Then if we are happy and we are enjoying life, for sure they also will be happy and they will enjoy life, because this is the legacy that we give to the generations that are coming after us. And after the family is the place where we work, our business. Every single activity that we have, we can take our piece of love and the respect. But we are the change that we want to see in the entire society always begin with us. We cannot give what we don't have. How can we give love if we don't love ourselves? How can we give respect if we don't respect ourselves? Happiness only comes from inside us, and nobody is responsible for our happiness. We are responsible for our own happiness. And that is what makes the whole difference Don't expect that your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your children, your parents, society make you happy. No, happiness exists all around. It's up to us to perceive it or not, to be part of that. We can be the part of the solution of humanity, or we can be part of that problem. Then let's change. That's why we are here, because we want to change. We want to heal. If we heal, we become extremely contagious. And everyone around us will start changing with us. Then let's imagine the next humanity. How we want the next humanity? Well, in my mind, already happened. And this is very important, because whatever we create first exists in our imagination, and with the action, we make it real. That is the main point. That explains all the civilizations that exist in this beautiful planet Earth, since the Egyptians, the Romans, the Greeks, etc. First exists in the imagination, and with the action, we make it real. Well, in my imagination, humanity already changed. I know that is not true, but we are going there. We are going in the right direction. Then let's make it happen. We can do it. Day one is today. Day one is the happiest day of our life. That every moment that passed becomes the happiest moment in our life. The past is gone. Forgive anything. It doesn't matter whatever happened before. You know, in the moment of our death, we find out something extremely interesting. Everything that we did in life is completely irrelevant in that moment. But when we are living it, it's the most important thing we can do. And for us, the most important thing that we can do right now is to enjoy life. Let's enjoy life. And let's live with joy, with love, and let's change the entire society. And let's give the legacy to our children. Thank you very much. It's been my greatest pleasure. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Let's make the change. I love you. God bless you.
Oh my God.
All yours.
One more time, Don Miguel Ruiz. Ah, what a gift you are, my brother. If you want to go eat, this may be a good time. We're going to be having some rocking DJ music for 15 minutes or so. And then we're going to have the wonderful Web of One. I even heard that Fantuzzi and the Flexible Band's going to play later on. Yeah. So we'll see you very soon. And some of you don't need to go anywhere if you don't feel like it.
And here we are live from Synthesis 2012, a global gathering here at Chichen Itza, a transformational celebration and planetary synchronization. And I'm very happy and honored to have our very esteemed, respected, loved, and adored author and spiritualist with us this evening, Don Miguel Ruiz. So thank you.
Oh, it is a great, great pleasure. I'm very, very happy. This is a great celebration.
Thank you. And as many of you may or may not know, we've been working on this event for a year and a half. Me personally, I've been coming drawn to Chichen Itza for 18 years to watch on the spring equinox the return of Kukulkan. So this event here is my personal pilgrimage of many years of work and service and devotion to bring this fruit forward. So we just found out recently that over this broadcast we've had 20 million viewers. So for many of us to get to this point, there's been many obstacles, challenges, inspirations. Some people who thought they would be here did not make it here. Others who thought they would not be here were here. So can you share a little bit about some words of inspiration? Maybe people aren't able to join us, but some words of inspiration to share in this spirit that we're all co-creating.
Well, you was talking about Kukulkan. Kukulkan, as we know, is a great symbol. You know, the snake symbolizes all of us, humanity, but with the feathers, with the wings. The wing is our imagination, and with our imagination, everything is possible. Then that snake, in a certain moment, it gets the wings, which is the imagination, and with that imagination, she went back to the sun. Only truth can reach the truth. Then every equinox, Kukulkan come to share with us his wings. Today, a very special day, like we said before, is the day one of the new generation. Yesterday, it was the end of the Mayan calendar. And guess what? We are alive. Nothing happened.
The world did not end.
Exactly. They just may understand that we create calendars to measure time, not to make prophecies, just to measure time. But we humans love to create prophecies. We can create great prophecies, which is okay. But when we go into superstition, into fanaticism, we expecting for the world, for the end of humanity, a big catastrophe that will happen, and it's just like the Y2K. Nothing happened. Well, yesterday, nothing happened. For all the prophecies of the people who love to create fear and make everybody to feel panic. But something really happened, and this is the most important part. The awakening of humanity. The awakening of you, the awakening of me, the awakening of all of you. And we are celebrating the day one, because it's a new beginning. You know, when we finish a year, we remember the past year, the good things, the bad things, what makes us happy, what makes us suffer. We try to avoid everything that makes us suffer, and we plan for the next year. For the next year, I want this and this and that. Well, now with the end of the Mayan calendar, we can see what we did during thousands of years. It was great things, but also wrong things. But it doesn't matter. What is important is what are we going to do from here to the future, and is the awakening of our consciousness, the recovering of our awareness, and what is more important, what Kukulkan means, the return to the truth.
And for people who might be watching, could you just share a little bit about yourself and your background? And I also know that you're an author of a world-renowned book, The Four Agreements. So can you share a little bit about yourself and also about your book, Spiritual Principles, to help guide the humanity into this new era, into this new consciousness of thinking as we enter the Ishla Baktun?
Well, it's a great story, at least for me, it's my story, of course. In that story, since I was a child, I learned happiness from my parents. Then I went to medical school, I became a surgeon, and I was in a surgical team with two of my brothers. One is a neurosurgeon, the other is an oncology surgeon. At a certain point, I want to understand the human mind. Then I decided to go back to the tradition of my family, which is the Toltec tradition. But Toltec means artist, the tradition of the artist. In that way, I have access to all my apprentices, and I really understood what the human mind is. And the result of that is all the books that I create. 4 Agreements, Master of Love, Voice of Knowledge, and my son created the 5th agreement. Anyway, 2002 was a great event in my life. February 28th, I have a massive heart attack. I was 9 weeks in coma, and when they was ready to unplug, I awake, and the doctors tell me that I only live with the 16% of my heart capacity. And they told me that I never can do lectures anymore, teach, travel, etc., etc. But as soon as I kind of recover, I start doing what is my passion, which is what I'm doing right now. To just, well, that proved them wrong. You know, what I discovered completely at that time, it was no longer a theory, is that suffering is just a choice. Because yes, my body was in pain, but I was enjoying life at every single moment. It was 8.5 years, not 1 or 2 years like the doctors tell me. But my body was getting worse and worse and worse. And that's the reason why on October 9, 2010, I have a heart transplant. When I wake up from the heart transplant, I tell my girlfriend, well, from now on, I will go wherever life takes me. After 8 or 9 months, the doctors tell me that now I can do my life again, that I can travel by plane again. Since then, I didn't stop. It's been 18 months that I was working, ongoing, traveling all around the world. I was 6-7 times to Canada, all around the United States, 6-7 times to Mexico. I went to Costa Rica, to Peru, to Colombia, to Ecuador. I went to Japan, to Australia, and like 3-4 weeks ago, something like that, I came back from a journey from Europe. I went to 11 countries, and all of that with the same message. And it was about yesterday. It is about to change humanity, to take the advantage and change our own story, that we can reach our own happiness, because happiness only comes from inside, not really from outside. Then this is a brief history of my life, which I know is not true, but it's based in reality, because all those things really happen. But right now, living right now.
Right.
The past is just a point of reference.
And of course, for you, being here in Chichen Itza is like a homecoming.
Of course.
I know many people think that when they go to Chichen Itza and they see the pyramid of Kukulkan or Quetzalcoatl, they think it's a Mayan pyramid. But actually, the Mayan pyramid is inside of what we see as the Toltec pyramid.
Yes.
Can you share a little bit about the story of Chichen Itza and of the Toltecs, and the difference between the Toltecs, the Maya, and also that there's also a Toltec and Aztec prophecy of the 5th sun?
Yes. Well, this is very interesting. So in Chichen Itza, you can see 2 periods of the Mayan history. You see the old Mayan Imperium in one side of Chichen Itza. But in the other side of Chichen Itza, you see the mix between Mayans and Toltecs, which create the second Mayan Imperium. And in that part, you see the observatory, the pyramid of Kukulkan, that in Teotihuacan and Tula is the pyramid of Quetzalcoatl. It's exactly the same, the only that changes the language, but the whole meaning is exactly the same. Then as we say, Toltec means artist. Then it was not a conquest, it's not a confrontation, no, it was a merge of the truth. And that changed so many things. In the same way that Mayans create the Mayan calendar, the Aztec creates the stone of the sun, which is the Aztec calendar. And they're very, very similar. Both are made by artists, which means by Toltecs. And that is so amazing. Yesterday I was in Teotihuacan and I did a wonderful ceremony. And I asked for the healing of the world, for the healing of humanity, and to help us to change ourselves to become what we really are, to become one with the one who created us.
I think it's working.
It is working, of course. Of course it's working.
And I know so many people all over the world have been inspired by your book, The Agreements. Could you just share really quickly what those are, and to give our viewership a little bit of some spiritual food that they can use in their own daily life?
Definitely. Well, the 4 agreements is the introduction of a new way of life that is very old, of course. The introduction of the way of the artist. Toltec means artist. Simple 4 agreements change completely our life. If we practice the 4 agreements, a few years later, just by itself, the 5th agreement comes to us. Agreement number 1, be impeccable with the word. You are your word. The reality that you create, your story is made by words. You are your word. Don't take anything personally, because the way that you create your world, everybody around you, they also create their own world. That's why whatever they talk about you is talking about the secondary character of their story, because they really don't know you. If you agree with them, then that will affect you. Don't make assumptions. Since we have knowledge and we learn to think, most of the things that we do tell to ourselves, there's just assumptions, and we create so many dramas with that. My favorite one is always do your best. And the reason is because everything that we humans create first exists in our imagination, and with the action we make it real. This is how we create all those civilizations that exist on Earth, like Greeks, Romans, Egyptians, Israel, India, etc. Toltecs, Mayas, who cares? First exists in our imagination, and with the action we make it real. It's exactly what's happening right now. In our imagination, we imagine already how humanity will be, and we are going in that direction. Of course, we don't expect that it will change from one day to the next, or next year, or 10 years, or 100 years, but we're going in the right direction. And the 5th agreement is, be skeptical, but learn to listen. Be skeptical. Don't believe me. Don't believe yourself, and don't believe anybody else. But learn to listen, because this is the key. When you listen, then you learn from everyone what will work in your life. And what doesn't work for your life, you just put it in the trash. You don't have to believe it. With that, you gain respect, and you respect yourself, and with respect, you find your inner peace. You find your joy. You become authentic what you really are. In that way, once that you get it from yourself, then you respect your family, and your family will be great. And then do whatever you work, business, whatever, and it's multiplying. Let's keep growing and growing and growing.
And of course, your words are inspiration for many people. Just for our viewership that might know, there's many people who are inspired by your words. I know we were working to possibly bring Carlos here to the event, so we want to reach out to Carlos and hopefully inspire you to join us in the future.
Carlos, my brother, hello, I love you, and I wish the best for you. Merry Christmas. You know, I know you're having a great time with your family. You are so humble. You are a wise man, and you are my brother. You have all my love.
And the last thing is to give us an understanding. I know in the Toltec and Aztec tradition of the sun, and we've had the nice sun image, the sun calendar with Donatil as our backdrop for the stage. But in the 5th sun, what is the teachings associated with the 5th sun and the consciousness and the next movement?
Well, the 5th sun is a preparation for the awakening of the consciousness. The 6th sun is when the consciousness awakes. And in that way, we compare the entire humanity with a giant, because we all together, we create humanity, which is a giant, but the giant is been sleeping for so long, and he's having nightmares, but also good dreams. With the 6th sun, the awakening begins. Just like
the giant awakes.
Did they call me? Did they just call me? Okay.
No, they're talking about you.
Oh,
Everyone loves you. They're mentioning your name.
I think that they want me to go and talk again. Anyway,
We can't get enough.
God is so wonderful. Then the sixth sun is the awakening of that giant, the awakening of humanity. And this is exactly what we have in our mind, and it will happen. Very soon, we will see that humanity will be changed because it's changing right now.
Well, we want to thank all of you for joining us on this webcast. And I want to thank all of the amazing people that helped pull this event together here in the Piste Pueblo at the entrance of the Chichen Itza archaeological site here in the Yucatan of Mexico. We want to also encourage people. One of the amazing things that's been happening during this event is we started to create a network. We put up a website because not only are we here gathering in Mexico, but all over the world people are gathering at this time.
Then join us in that celebration all around the world. And that celebration is not just today. Today is just the beginning of the celebration. The celebration is every single day for the rest of your life. Then we are here to celebrate life. Don't forget that. We are here to celebrate life. And every single moment is a moment of celebration. You guys have all my love.
We want to encourage you to come to our page World Unity 2012 because we know that this is an initiation, a doorway into a new way of collaboration and thinking and experiencing and communicating. So on World Unity 2012, not can only people watch our broadcast, but they can also join like Facebook. They join a directory of many people around the world who are committed every day in working together and collaborating. So in the future on World Unity Network, we'll be doing more broadcasts of conscious content. We'll be having various interviews, plus making this directory available so you can connect these points of light, the members of our community, with each other to become aware about the projects that people are doing and becoming a living expression of this new consciousness.
We are the new consciousness.
So again, I want to thank all my staff that has worked over the last year to help bring this event together. Our incredible technical team who has been working day and night to bring all the various elements together. I want to thank Hugh, our tech coordinator, to help make sure everything is dialed in. Michael Short, who's been a really essential part through Peace Day Television. All of the artists, all of our wisdom keepers, all of our luminaries and emissaries, all of the teachers, and of course here, the Maya people who have opened their arms and hearts to welcome us here in the Piste Pueblo in the Yucatan. So again, thank you and blessings to all of you. And before we leave, any last words of inspiration to our viewers?
Well, it's very simple. You are the change. Change, and you will see how the world changes with you. You have all my love and all my gratitude. God bless you.
All right. Thank you and blessings to all. And let's stay in touch through the World Unity Network. And I also want to thank Darren, who's done an incredible job to put the site together. So many people to thank, but so little time. So we send our love to all of you. And a special thanks, Don Miguel, for taking time in your life to be here and to share your beauty and your wisdom and your heart with all of us. We appreciate it. We have a world of respect, and we send with you all of our love and blessings.
Thank you very much, and thanks all of you. All my love.
All right, in Lakesh.
Okay, everybody, are you ready to rock out again? We have an incredible group of musicians called Web of One. And they're from San Francisco, California, all the way. So put your hands together for Web of One. Synthesis 2012. Here we are. The world did not end. So we'll keep on rocking.
Goddess, I'm calling you. Your flowing river, love pouring through. Goddess, refuge from harm. Third-eyed vision, golden one. For you I call, to you I pray. Restore the peace, remove the veil, allow the light to prevail. The light to prevail. For you I call, to you I pray. Restore the peace, remove the veil, allow the light to prevail. The light to prevail. Spring up from our memory, illuminate humanity. Bring the dawn of nurturing, benevolent community. For you I call, to you I pray. Restore the peace, remove the veil, allow the light to prevail. The light to prevail. For you I call, to you I pray. Restore the peace, remove the veil, allow the light to prevail. The light to prevail. Shiva Sarva Sadike Sharanye Trayambake Gauri Sharanye Trayambake Gauri Narayani Namaste Narayani Namaste Narayani Namaste Narayani Namaste Narayani Namaste Narayani Namaste Shivit sarvat sadike Sharanyi Tayambake Gauri Sharanyi Tayambake Gauri Narayani Namostate Narayani Namostate Narayani Namostate Namostate Narayani Namostate Narayani Namostate Narayani Namostate Namostate Narayani Namostate Narayani Namostate Narayani Namostate Narayani Namostate Narayani Namostate Of you, so why separate myself from you and your kind? Until the pure love remains, until has been lost and regained, under no banner and nobody's name, the armor falls on and love remains. I am blessed. I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed. I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed. I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed. Take courage to see who you are. Touch your hair, see your fallen star. In this moment of truth, even your name, something at all that has been erased. I wanna go home, I wanna go home, I wanna go home. I wanna go home, I wanna go home, I wanna go home. I wanna go home, I wanna go home, I wanna go home. I wanna go home, I wanna go home, I wanna go everybody now. I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed. I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed. I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed. I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed. I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed, I am blessed. I am blessed. I don't go home. Thank you. We are Web of One and we are merging Sanskrit mantras and English in our songs. This next one is actually in Gurumukhi, which is, it's going to be a Sikh mantra, Satanama, which means I am truth. I am truth. So We all create art. We all create history. Making our history.
For making this a very powerful event, for making it here, for showing up. Do you love yourself for that? Can you give yourself a round of applause for showing up? I'm going to close with this. Today's affirmation in the Dream Spell calendar is yellow, cosmic star. And I want you to repeat after me so we can lock in the vibration when we bring the artists up, because it's about artistry. So you're going to repeat after me, right? Are you going to repeat after me? Yeah. I can put the lights back on. No lights. So I want you to stay together, right? Yellow, cosmic, star. I endure in order to beautify. Transcending art. I seal the store of elegance with the cosmic tone of presence. I am guided by the power. Y'all believe me now? Come and follow me. By the power of free will. Oh, y'all got it? That's the energy of the day in the cosmic galactic flow. And all of you need to get your calendar if you can. I got a few in my bag. You get a small calendar. And you can be a part of ushering in how we tell time through a 13 moons, 28-day process. No longer are we going to follow the colonizers' conquering calendar called the Gregorian calendar. We're going to get rid of that calendar and follow the nature and therefore be in tune and create our own reality. Can we do that? Yeah. Y'all scared. Y'all don't want to do that. Y'all too scared. Y'all got jobs. But I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all. Thanks for the short time. I want to thank everybody, whoever listened to me. Thank all of you who showed up. Those of you who need to get information to follow up so we can stay on course. It's not just a festival celebration. It's a lifelong intent to shift the way we are thinking, to get rid of wars, to come back into peace, come back into harmony, get in tune with nature, love Mother Earth, love her galaxy, our cosmic energy. I love y'all. In Lakesh.
We love you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wanik Shibe. For hours, this purse has been out there with feathers and cameras in it. I don't know whose purse it is, but someone brought it up here. Find me backstage if you're missing your purse. And from where? My God, from Tulum, right here in Mexico. Ukumali. Can you all say Ukumali? Ukumali. Give them a great, big, warm synthesis welcome, y'all. Ukumali.
Hey everybody, I'm Hugh from the technical crew who's been broadcasting this entire event here live on the internet as it happens. I just want to let you know, if you've been on camera, which a lot of you have been, over 20 million people have been watching this all day long. Let's give a big shout out to our 20 million brothers and sisters out there that have been watching this broadcast. So that shows you the message that's getting out there, and it's all thanks to you guys, the whole staff here, and everybody who put a lot of effort into this. Rock and roll.
Buenas noches. How are you? Come on. Buenas noches.
corriente de esta vida. Olvídate de los sentidos por unos instantes. Vive este nuevo comienzo, esta nueva oportunidad esperada. Open your mind. The new era is here. We have all the power for change this world. Cause we are the mind who is thinking this dream. We are the owner of this dream. We are the dreamers, so we decide what to dream in this world. That is not good. That is not bad. It's only part of the big universe, the infinity. Feel your thoughts. Feel the connection with all universe. Feel your inside. There is everywhere. Your inside is everywhere. Everywhere when you look is you're looking at yourself. Everywhere that you look, you're staring at yourself. mensaje escrito está. Amor, muchas lenguas, una sola identidad. Muchas lenguas, solo un mensaje para dar. Muchos nombres, una sola identidad. Muchos caminos que llevan a un lugar. Vamos por dividir lo eterno, ay, 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 yeah. Y combatir el cielo solo con quien lo queremos, juzgando y condenando según las apariencias, dividiendo nuestra fe y nuestra conciencia. Por suerte la energía universal es una sola y refleja eternidad, y a cada grupo le otorgó la libertad y a su maestro para poderle enseñar amor.
That song, the name of that song is Love, Amor. And the next is Magic Place, and talk about this magic place, this Mayan Riviera, and this tremendous energy that we can live here. This is Magic Place.
mística, sensación onírica, de civilización antigua llena de sabiduría, de rituales cósmicos, mensajes sagrados, el conocimiento del tiempo es su legado. Las estrellas han sido siempre su hogar, vinieron de lejos solo a enseñar que esta tierra sagrada es el cimiento del puente que lleva la libertad. Nos marcaron la ruta para escapar, preparando las mentes para sanar, componiendo la mística melodía que vuelve mágico este lugar. Este mágico lugar. Esta tierra sagrada es el cimiento del puente que lleva la libertad. Nos marcaron la ruta para escapar, preparando las mentes para sanar, componiendo la mística melodía que vuelve mágico este lugar. One, only one. This is a punta hacia arriba, gente. Good vibe, good music, good dancing, everybody. Oh, síntesis.
Beautiful, again, please. Oh my God, so beautiful. Otra vez. Beautiful people in Synthesis 2012. Everybody put your hands in the air. Finding it the highest. Apunta hacia arriba hoy. Exótica la visión, no. La vida es celebración, ay, ay, ay. Todos somos una sola voz. Apunta hacia arriba y verás, ay, 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 ay. Qué grandes cosas harás, ay, ay, ay. Mirando de frente al mar, ay, 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 ay. Seguro estarás al camino, ay, ay, ay. Abre tu mente y tu percepción. Aguante la voz, viva tu vida con la energía fundamental. No te detengas ante nada, el camino brillará, brillará, Open your mind, open your thoughts, think positive, share, forgive, enjoy, have happiness, share happiness, bring happiness, you are the happiness, so everybody up. You are the spirit of his son, you are the thoughts of his son, you are the owner of all this planet and all this universe. It's everything in your mind, so jump, jump, jump. Okay.
I know we want one more, don't we? God, they're good. They're so good. We love you guys, and I know what it took to get you here. Can you do a baby song? Like a small one? 3 minute? 3 minute? Okay, let's do a 3-minute song. I know it's going to be rocking and whatever. They can do it in 1 minute, but let's give them 3. Let's hear it. Let's hear it for Ukamale.
Okay, we are not agree, so we're gonna play. So, anybody can take our time? No, no es cierto. So we're gonna enjoy this because maybe it's our last song. We're gonna fight for not. Okay.
así podrás saber, nunca te dejaré caer. Piensa en mí y estaré ahí. Piensa en mí, recuerda sonreír. Al final el cuerpo es solo ilusión. Lo que nos une va más allá del sol.
also singing and a lot of stuff in his band. A big ovation for Armando Kumali! On the rhythm guitar and vocals, Benjamin Ukumali. And over there in the African drum, Marco Polo. If anybody wants, we have CDs. This is original music. So anybody wants, we have CDs. You can. Over there are the CDs. Over there.
And come and see them in Tulum.
Yeah. Gracias a la gente de Tulum. From Tulum. Thank you very much for being here.
Give us one more round of applause for Ukamale.